Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Federico Talks Watches. I know last month I didn't release a lot of videos and I feel kind of guilty, which is why I'm going through all the questions you guys asked me again, and this isn't even a fraction of them, and I'm going to talk about them today. Everything from the collectability of the Rolex Explorer, to Langenzona, to my favorite watch Complication, James Bond Omegas, all that good stuff. But of course, before we get started, customary wristwatch check. Today I'm wearing my brand new Grand Seiko SBGE 201. If you missed yesterday's video, yes, I bought a Grand Seiko and I ate my words. Well, not yet entirely ate my words, but I bought a Grand Seiko. Go check it out. Go check out my last videos. And of course, go check out delraywatch.com. Bunch of new watches in stock. We just got in a Tudor Black Bay 41 blue dial unworn, a Tudor Heritage Chrono, box and papers, a Rolex Explorer II, a Rolex Air King, and a beautiful Girard Perregaux chronograph with a carbon fiber dial. All available at delraywatch.com, a link in the description below. Perfect time to pick up a watch before the holidays. These questions were asked on my Instagram account at Federico Talks Watches. Once or twice a month I post a Q&A picture, and that's where they were asked. If you guys want to participate, go follow me on Instagram at Federico Talks Watches. But let's get right into it. The first question is from classic_Johnny. He says, "Hey Fed, I recently landed a job in the pre-owned watch industry. Oh boy. And it was greatly inspired by you. Thanks for that." Oh, thank you. "Once I came to the other side of the curtain, so to speak, the romance of the hobby has certainly been dampened." I could see that happening. "My question is, what keeps you motivated and interested in watches after several years in this wild business?" Well, Johnny, first of all, congratulations on the job. But the truth is, even my enthusiasm goes up and down. I've worked in all facets of this business. I've worked at an AD. I've worked at a big corporation at an executive level. Now I'm my own boss. Particularly in the pre-owned space, I don't think I could ever work for anybody else. A lot of things done in this space are kind of scummy and unethical. The only thing that really seems to matter are the profits. And I'm not talking about anybody in particular, but the way I keep my enthusiasm is because I'm my own boss, right? So I get to make the decisions. I get to choose what I sell and what I don't sell, what to fix and what I don't fix, what I disclose and what I don't disclose, and how I treat my customers. And I also choose what mood is like at my office. When we mess around with watches, when I get to make a video. I guess I can't really ask myself because I'm one of the co-owners of Delray Watch, but I think it's a great place to work, and I look forward to coming to work every day. And I have enthusiasm. That's because that's something I created, right? That's how I want to work. But yeah, I can see how working in the pre-owned watch space, especially if your boss isn't great and you haven't said anything wrong about your boss, but it's not surprising that your enthusiasm has dwindled. Aloha Hawkeye says, "If you have an issue with the spring drive movement, why choose it over the high beat from Grand Seiko?" Well, Aloha, I don't actually have an issue with the spring drive movement. I'm just totally convinced yet. Why did I pick it? Well, because I wanted something truly different. I wanted to give something Grand Seiko is very well known for, and I wanted to give it a shot. Also, I particularly love this model with the glass bezel, sapphire bezel rather. It's, in my opinion, the most handsome, and I figured if I'm going to expand my horological horizons, why not give Grand Seiko, and particularly the spring drive, a shot. Chronobration. "Are you thinking to add a Lange to your collection? If yes, what model?" Well, chrono rotation, excuse me. Yes, I am, but they're very expensive. I love the Lange one. It's particularly nice and something I can kind of afford. But honestly, I would love the Datograph, the original one in platinum. This is a $40,000 watch, but it's, as Philippe Dufour said, the first chronograph movement to be designed just to be luxurious. And both the front and the back of the watch are absolutely gorgeous. It's been my grail watch for a very, very long time, ever since I laid eyes on it when I worked at Vempe many moons ago. Meshki, what is tattooed on your arm? Well, Meshki, I've actually got two tattoos. This one says I'm all in, and it's got, spade, a heart, a diamond, and a club. And this one says a one love. Obviously, they have meaning behind them. I keep that private. But yeah, my tattoos, I got these when I was actually very, very young. I don't regret it. I don't think I'm going to get any more tattoos, but, as of right now, I don't regret it. They're part of me, and they certainly keep me remembering the purpose why I got them. Ant_Zaki. Is the price of the Explorer II 16570 going to continue to increase? Yes, it absolutely is. These prices have skyrocketed over the past year, and I think they're still undervalued, particularly compared to their GMT Master and Submariner counterparts. I mean, these are almost 40% less expensive than a GMT Master and a Sub, so I do see them continuing to increase, especially the white dial, because white dial Rolex sports models are not very common, right? It was only the Explorer II. Well, there may have been an exception or two. I mean, the Yachtmaster is a platinum dial, but just the fact that it's different, particularly that version, I think will continue to increase. Matthew Flood 04. What is your favorite part about working at Delray Watch? Oh man, I can't lie, it's good to be the boss. My first time working for myself, that's pretty good. I get to play with watches pretty much all day. Can't really complain about that. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it gets old, but generally can't really complain about that. And, the people I work with are pretty amazing as well. I just think it's nice to work for something that you've created, or at least created in part, with someone else. Obviously, John was a big part of it as well, or is a big part of it as well. So, I mean, there's also that satisfaction. K_Lowbeats. Federico, do you speak Spanish? Please say a few words in the video. If you do, blessing and regards. Lowbeats, sí, hablo español. Viví en España un tiempo, pero mi acento no es muy bueno. Muchas gracias por preguntarme algo en Instagram. There you go, Spanish. The Paul Newman says, what's your system in rotating the watch you wear? Paul, it's not really a system. I have a watch box that I keep in my closet, and I just kind of decide what to wear, when I'm getting dressed. Sometimes if I haven't worn something in a particularly long time, I'll kind of force myself to put it on just because I feel guilty, but no real system or rotation. Summertime, more bracelet watches. Wintertime, more strap watches. And I sometimes, when I'm dressing up, I wear the Ming and the Moser. When I'm dressing down, the GP and the Rolex, and now the Grand Seiko. But no real rotation system. It's one big mashup. Josh Brown, 96. Do you like any of the James Bond limited edition Omegas? If so, what's your favorite? Well, Josh, my favorite is the one that was just released, the Seamaster Professional with the faux lumen titanium on the mesh bracelet. What I don't like is the price. It was like $10,000, $9,000. These guys are nuts, but it's a very, very handsome watch. Time for your physical. That's a pretty funny name. Your favorite complication on a watch besides a day-date? Well, day-date is not my favorite complication. Mine would be the moon phase. I love moon phases. Also known as the world's most useless complication, but it's got this romantic essence to it. It's almost poetic. It's very pretty to look at. It reminds me of old-time watchmaking, and it also kind of reminds me that there's something bigger out there than us, something to do with the cosmos. I don't know. I never set my moon phases, but I love it when my watches have a moon phase. And even though right now I only have one, my GP. But yeah, definitely moon phase. Ooh, we got another page of questions here. There we go. Wrist to Wrist says, thank you for continuing to provide awesome content. Thank you so much. You and John P. are rad. Thank you again. Is Del Rey Watch a brick and mortar store or solely e-commerce? Well, wrist to wrist, we are solely e-commerce. We do have offices, they're fairly small, 800 square feet, where we have our photography, some watchmaking, me and John's office, and our operations, but we are online only, and we think that's the future. The overhead of brick and mortar doesn't make sense. I've been working in brick and mortar quite a bit in the early part of my career. I know the costs, I know the benefits, and honestly, the future is the internet. So we are e-commerce only. Mars underscore Epan. Marzipan. What are your thoughts for a dress watch between a Moser Endeavor or a VC Patrimony Traditionnel? I voted with my wallet. I own a Moser Endeavor. I love it to death. VC is cool, but kind of meh, at least to me. And then last but not least, patron underscore Pablo. Hey Fed, love your content. Rolex Blueberry, talking about the blue inserts. Have there ever been original ones, or is it just a myth? Oh, man, I knew Blueberry Gate would hit my channel. This is a big argument that's been going on in the community lately. Nobody knows if blueberries were actually made. There's one camp that says they've always been fake, Rolex never made them. One camp said they're extremely rare, but Rolex did indeed make them. The truth is, I don't have enough knowledge to comment, and I'm honestly not sure. Guys, thank you so much for asking your questions. Please don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it. It really does help. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any more content. Thank you so much, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.